council, I don't know if this has ever been done with a chair leaving the council. I know usually there's a message from the chair of the council once a new chair is appointed. This is something I had asked Brian to add in the agenda. After being on the council for 8 years now and spending the first 2 years as vice chair and the last 6 years as chair, I just did want to just in a sense have a message. I want to start with thanking all of the council members who have served alongside me over these 8 years, as well as the town staff, our previous town manager, our 2 previous town managers that have been with the town while I was on the council, our current town manager, Brian, who I am extremely happy is on board now, and I think he's going to do wonderful things for this town. Our town staff is phenomenal, has done a great job over these 8 years. So when I first started running for election my first time, when I was campaigning back in 2017, knocking on doors, I heard a lot of concerns from citizens. Everything from condition of our roads. I heard a lot about the potential power plant. I heard a lot of people saying here, because I asked people what they liked about the area, because I was relatively new in town at the time. And one of the biggest things I got from people, 2 biggest things I got were, they like it here because everything they need is close by. Yet we have the rural nature of town. And I will say that after absorbing everything I could when I was out knocking doors, shortly afterwards, once Mary Colorio came on board, she actually took the town council members for a tour of the town buildings. And we looked at the schools, we looked at the town hall, the community center, the sewer plant. And I will say that was, for myself and other council members, that was truly eye-opening. We saw at KMS, we saw a bathroom that they couldn't use because the floor was rotted out. We saw insulation falling out behind the stage at KIS. We saw overcrowding here in the town hall to the point where downstairs they had converted a closet to an office. And it was, the tour of the sewer plant, there was equipment that was 50 years old and outdated, and this is before the upgrade, and the upgrade didn't even address the capacity issue. Our community center, there were windows falling out of the community center. The heating system in the community center, it was extremely old. The age of the building and mechanicals of the community center, there were so many issues over there. And a lot of what I had heard from people in the town is we keep kicking the can down the road. And I had heard that a lot when I first came onto the council. And it's a tough position to be here because we're trying to maintain services. We're trying to maintain the buildings. We're trying to promote the community the best way we can. We're trying to encourage the right types of development, trying to protect our parks, protect our rural nature, without handcuffing development at the same time. And I learned really quick to have a tough skin because we're never going to make everybody happy. And the other thing we always had to be cognizant of is the impact on our taxpayers and our community. There are so many people in this community that live paycheck to paycheck that can't afford tax rate increases. And I will say, with the council members I've worked with the town staff, I think we did a good job of trying to balance all of that. We spent a bunch of money on roads. We renovated KMS, and that school is now going to be, we've created a better learning environment for generations to come. And we're able to do the project over at Westfield to utilize underutilized space over there to be able to move our community center to a bigger location to utilize that auditorium that's over there. We brought the gas line up to the high school. We had the solar projects which help reduce utility costs. And we did all of this while trying to minimize the impact on our taxpayers. And until this last reval, I feel we managed to get a lot done. I feel like we got way more done than I thought we would. And there's been challenges over the years. I mean, it was when we first scheduled public referendums for the renovations at Killenly Memorial School and the community center, COVID hit and we had to cancel all the referendums. COVID brought a lot of challenges. We were running remote meetings. It delayed our plans on some of the stuff. But even through that all, and during COVID, we had an opportunity to do everything we could to help support our local businesses who were going through some very challenging times during COVID. And like typical New Englanders, we persevered, and I feel we were able to complete more than I thought was going to be possible. And again, I want to thank all the council members I've served with. I want to thank our previous town managers, our current town manager, town staff, and especially thank the community who put us in these positions to serve. And I think that's the most important thing for me, was always thinking of the community. And when I personally myself, when I made decisions, I based them on, and I believe every council member here did, always based decisions on what we believe was best for the community. And that's the important thing about sitting in a seat. And a lot of times it can be a thankless job. And I saw things going on in town outside of what we did here. As a council, I saw the facade work in downtown, the mural that's across the street at 161 Main Street, the businesses that were coming into downtown, the renovation of downtown, and I really feel Killenly is on track to become something great again. And I just hope to see the new council coming on to continue to keep moving Killenly in the right direction. And first and foremost, listen to the community. Work with your town manager, work with Brian, work with town staff, and keep everything going and keep the ball rolling. And again, I just want to thank everyone. I had set goals early on and was able to achieve all of them. The one thing I wish I was still on the council for to see is what comes out of the Vision Committee, and to help implement what comes out of the Vision Committee, because that is something I was pushing for even before COVID hit. And I'm so glad that we were able to create that. I want to thank those of you here who supported me in creating the Vision Committee, and I ask those who still will be here to support the Vision Committee, because without direction, it's hard to really move forward. And I know I get a little long-winded sometimes, and I want to thank you for tolerating that. And it's been an honor to serve, and I look forward to seeing the direction Killenly goes in. So thank you. And now we'll move back on in the agenda.